What's up guys, Jonathan here with TLD. We are getting closer and closer to the release of the second generation iPad. There's been a lot of rumors and speculation not only to the hardware, to the features, but also what it's going to be called. Out of those names, iPad 2X sounds the coolest to me, and it also seems the most fitting if it does go the way all the rumors and speculations have been pointing to as far as the features and the hardware with the iPad 2. The biggest thing up for debate right now has to be the screen. Right now there's been a lot of rumors going back and forth, almost like a roller coaster. The iPad 2 is going to have a high-res screen. It's not. It's going to carry the same 1024 by 768. And then there's other people saying it's going to have a 2048 by 1536, which doubles the resolution, hence the 2X name. You guys see something going on here? Like I said, however, that is up in the air. There's people going yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It's kind of confusing. I personally hope for the 2048 by 1536 screen. We'll just have to wait and see on that. Continuing on with the 2X 2x theme, currently in the iOS devices, they are using an A4 processor. So the Apple TV, the iPhone, the iPod Touch, and the iPad, they all use the A4. In the next generation iPad, it looks like we're going to see a dual-core A9 processor, possibly even in the iPhone 5. But you guys see the 2x, you got a single core moving on to the double core. You guys are getting somewhere? I think we got something. Moving even further along into the 2x theme, Apple is currently using an SGX 535 processor as far as the graphics go. They are rumored to move on to the SGX 543, which is double the processing power of the previous model, just the same clock speed. They're actually rumored to blend that together, smash it together to get a dual core graphics chip, which is the SGX 543 MP2. We've got a lot of numbers coming at you, which essentially takes two of those, blends them together, so you have not only double the cores, but you actually have 4 times the processing power as far as video goes than the previous iOS devices. Very cool. Before we get into the ports and the inputs on the next generation iPad, it looks like there's been a leak as far as iOS software that shows a front-facing camera is in fact confirmed on the iPad 2. We have the FaceTime photo booth, so it looks like that is definitely going to be included in the iPad 2 for fact Jack. Now with the software showing off the confirmed front-facing camera, we'll take a look at a couple rumored to be case pictures that show off a couple different ports for the iPad second generation, including a rear-facing camera, so we'll get the front and the back. Not only that, we get a larger speaker. If you guys watched my previous video I did in CES with some like a mock-up of the iPad 2, it shows the big speaker on the bottom side of the iPad. That's going to improve the sound. Not only that, there's been some rumors of maybe HDMI out on the iPad. I don't think Apple's going to go that far, just because they really don't go with that. We would have seen that on the MacBook Pros in previous generations if Apple wanted to go HDMI, but I think they're actually going to stick with mini DisplayPort. That would make more sense because with adapters you can go mini DisplayPort to HDMI, and that'll kind of make the best of both worlds. You can also hook it up to your iMac. I think that would actually be pretty cool. I know there's a lot of apps right now such as Air Display where you can use the iPad as a second monitor, but it does kind of lag a little bit, and for those who don't have the best internet connection, you can get a direct connection from your MacBook, your iMac to your iPad and use that as a second monitor, especially with all the stands that are out right now. Now lastly, we might see an SD card slot on the next generation iPad 2. Me, I'm actually personally all for that. I think that would be absolutely awesome. Totally badass sick with an SD card on there, because with the extra processing power, the graphics power, we could see iMovie for the iPad. I can take my 60D SD card, throw it right in there, edit some videos, upload it, and we're good to go. So that's been kind of my speculation on the iPad. As far as release date, there's been kind of some things floating in the air that we might see it announced on February 9th. With Verizon's iPhone coming the 10th, I don't think Apple will do that. There was someone looking at the calendar app on some beta software that showed the 9th. The previous Apple iPad was announced on January 27th, with the 27th being on the iPad software. So we'll have to wait and see, but that's been kind of my first look at the iPad so far. Of course, as stories and speculations further expand on this, I will let you guys know. I just want to give you guys an overview of what I was looking at so far. So if you guys haven't checked out our last 2 videos, we got the Little Big Planet 2 first look, as well as a review on the ClearSpot 4G portable hotspot. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out those 2 videos floating around my head, and I will catch you guys later. Now we should see actually a Cortex ARM A9 processor, I can't talk. Processing power as far as video goes than the previous iOS devices. Very cool. That was a long one.